we're going to look at how to get permanent marker off of a Nintendo cartridge. So the things that we're going to need to do this is, the first thing we're going to need is going to be some rubbing alcohol right here, some 91%. The second thing I like to use are some cotton rounds. And then the third thing we're going to actually use is going to be some rubbing erasers. And so all of these things you can get at any type of Walmart or any type of drugstore. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some permanent marker off of our cartridge here. So I have a Nintendo cartridge, and the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put some marks on this thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and write my name on there. Okay, and I'm going to give that just a second to dry. So to get this off, what we're going to do is we're going to put some of our rubbing alcohol onto some of our pads here. And then once we do that, we're going to just get it nice and wet and make sure that we get that alcohol in there really good. And then once we get it all wet, then we're going to go ahead and hit it with some of our erasers here. So let me just check and make sure. Looks like our marker is pretty much dry. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of our rubbing alcohol and one of my cotton rounds, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a good bit of rubbing alcohol on that. And then my next step is I'm just going to go ahead and just rub that through really well. And sometimes you get lucky and it comes all off like that. If you still have any residual marker on there, especially if the marker's been on there for a while, then all you do is you just come through, and while it's still wet, you just go ahead and you just rub it all out there. Make sure that you get it real good. Blow that off, and then usually what I like to do is I like to come back around with a little bit more alcohol and just kind of wipe it through there. And then once it dries, you should have a completely clean cartridge. So that is how you get permanent marker off of a Nintendo cartridge. This can also work on other types of game cartridges as well.